Hello Netrunner fans, Willingdon here. I wanted to do a brief video about the 2015 World Championship packs. These just came out, and these are an absolutely phenomenal product that I think is a really good starting point for new players. So in this video, I'm going to share a few of my thoughts about these packs, and I'm going to suggest a way to update the pre-constructed decks to meet the requirements of the modern game, and that's only going to involve you owning a core set. First of all, let's talk about what you get in the pack. Each one of these retails for about 15 USD, and it comes in the same sort of bubble packaging that you get with a normal data pack. And it's going to contain an exact replica of the deck that was played by the 2015 World Champion Dan DiArgenio. The first thing you'll notice is that the artwork is this full bleed artwork, and while these packs don't have any original artwork in them, other than the HBID I think is original artwork, they are very, very nice with this big full art, takes up most of the space on the card, and it looks really attractive. Now, since you don't get a full play set of each one of these cards, veteran players who are looking to maximally pimp out their decks are going to probably need to buy multiples of these packs. But if you're just a new player starting out, I would just recommend picking these up and playing these two decks against each other. You don't really have to worry about the tournament legality thing until you're ready to go to like a game night or meet up with other players who are playing with the modern rules. Now keep in mind that since 2015, we've seen not only the introduction of the most wanted list, but also one of the cards that's in this pack, Wireless Net Pavilion, has been made unique. So there was a rattle on that card that's not reflected in the updated printing of this set. The main effect of the most wanted list is that lots of cards in the deck are now going to cost us influence. So we're going to have to cut some influence from these pre-constructed decks to update them for the modern rules. Let's start by looking at the runner deck. We've got to free up a total of 5 influence here, because the Fausts and the Davids are now going to cost us influence. So I think the easiest way to do this is just going to be to cut a Account Siphon and a Hades shard, and then we'll just replace that with 2 Deja Vus so we can reuse our important effects, or even just reuse the 1 Siphon if we happen to get it. Once you've tried that deck out, and if you like to play it, I would recommend looking at a more modern, updated version of these same sort of DLR data leak reversal decks. You'll find that there's probably quite a few 1 or 2 of new cards, and that might give you a few ideas of which data packs you should buy to improve the deck from there. Now let's take a look at the Corp Deck. Like with the runner deck, we're getting hit pretty hard with the most wanted list. We've got to come up with 9 influence, since Eli, Architect, and NAPD are all on the most wanted list, and we're playing 3 of each of those. An easy fix would just be to cut the 2 Caprice Niseis and 1 of the Elis, and just replace it with some other generally good cards. I'd put in a Wall of Static to keep the ice total the same, and then just play 1 Biotic Labor and 1 Corporate Troubleshooter so that we've got decent replacements for the Caprices. This will give you a good foundation, but like with the runner deck, it would be good to look at a modern list so you have some general ideas of what packs or other cards you should seek out. I would say Business First would be a good pick for this deck, just because you could get Corporate Sales Team. I think that's not only a better 4 for 2 than NAPD, but it also isn't on the most wanted list. So if we cut the 3 NAPDs and replace them with Corporate Sales Team, that's going to get us 3 influence, and that'll get us a lot closer to putting 1 of the Caprices back in the deck, which I would highly recommend. Feel free to modify these decks as you like based on the cards you have or the decks that you play against regularly. These are both going to be good foundations for very competitive runner and corp decks, so they're going to never be a bad decision if you've got an upcoming game night or tournament that you want to play in. And at 15 USD per deck, this is an absolutely great entry point for a new player or just somebody looking to expand the range of decks that they can play. I really like these packs a lot, though I do have a couple of minor criticisms. The first thing is that Queen's Gambit is kind of inexplicably miscosted. The card is supposed to cost 0, and for whatever reason, the edition in this pack costs 3. That's not cool. The other thing that I would point out is more of a quibble, and that's that for some reason there's no flavor text on any of the cards. Despite the fact that quite a few of the text boxes could easily accommodate it, I'm not sure why they made that decision. These minor things aside, I think we can agree that these are an absolutely beautiful product. They're really good for the health of the game, and they make a really, really cheap entry point for new players into the tournament scene. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, check out my HB archetype overview, where I went through in detail how to build and play the Corp Deck that is essentially the one you would buy in this release. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for more Netrunner stuff.